All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on how, or asking the question of, would women really be a better ruler than men, like they think they would, all right? And this is because many women in this world, man, they actually believe that of themselves to be more righteous than men right now, right? And they think in their minds that if they were in charge, that the world would be better than it is now. Yet they can't name one time where that's been found true, right? They can't think of a time frame where they can say, okay, when they were ruling, it was better. Now, we as Israelites, as so-called Latinos, black men, Native Americans, we can go into the scriptures and show that during the time of King Solomon, the world was at peace. We can go into the scriptures and say, okay, during this time, we were ruling better. And we can see that the way our people are living on the earth now is wicked. And we can see that the scriptures and the laws in the Bible are better. But how women judge things, right? Would women actually be able to honestly say that they are prepared to judge the world fairly when we don't see them be fair now, right? When women, if for example, a man was to get into an argument outside with a woman right now, right? And women was to see that that woman's acting out of order, you're not going to see too many women that are going to stand up and say to that woman, leave that man alone, get away from him. They're going to expect the man to be on point with how he handles everything, right? And not him, for him to not snap, for him to not lose his cool, but the woman's allowed to run around and say whatever the hell she wants to say. And that man has to just deal with it, and he better not do what men can do, right? But if a woman gets into a fight with a man outside, right, and then things turn physical, they're going to expect a man that they don't know to put his life on the line, knowing damn well that she was acting out of order, right? And then they're not going to care if that man that was a stranger to them end up dead or end up in prison, right? And that's why it's not our role to be defending our women that we don't know, man. This ain't the kingdom of heaven, right? So we ain't supposed to be putting ourselves in no position like that to be defending none of these women that we don't know. We don't know how much of a demon you women are, man, and whether you deserve some of the judgment that you are getting in this world. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Right? And the women in this world right now are at ease. But in order to judge the world fairly, you might have to lose some of that ease. And women, as far as I can see, are not prepared to judge the world fairly according to what Yahweh says is righteousness. Let me give an example. Right? Let's give an example. Let's give an example, man. This is the book of Leviticus. you already know what time it is. This is the book. I'll go on an easy one, in fact. The book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all them that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Now, that's one that a lot of these women ain't going to be able to handle, not doing that. Because when they want to be taken out to these restaurants, and they've got this whole list of places that they won't want to be taken out to, all the places that they're going, they're eating shrimp, they're eating shellfish, you know what I mean? They're eating clams, they're eating abominations, right? But they wouldn't even want to accept that they're not supposed to eat that stuff. They wouldn't even want to accept that, nah, them things, you shouldn't eat them. A lot of women don't even want to be told that. They don't want to be told, you can't eat this and you can't eat that. So if they don't want to be told that they can't eat this and they can't eat that, they're damn sure not going to want to tell other people and make other people not eat certain things. Right, now let's go to a bit of a heavier laws, man, that we can be like, man, women would not want to enforce this, right? Women would not enforce these things, right? Let's go. Where can I go? Here's one. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. Now, women love lying, right? Most of the things that you're going to hear come out of a woman's mouth a lot of the time is a lie. And I personally believe that women will lie to men just to see if they can get away with it so that they can plan a lie in the future, man. They'll lie about something that doesn't even need to be lied about. Or what was you watching on the TV? And then they might just lie, even though the person not even in the same house with them. Or I was watching Iron Man, but they know they was watching Black Panther just to lie, like just chatting smack. Like for a lie that's like maybe not even need to be told at all, just to see if they can get away with it. And then when they get called out about it, they'll say, "Oh, I was joking." No, you wasn't joking. You was lying, right? But women love lying. They love stealing too. When you watch a lot of these prison shows or a lot of these YouTube prison channels, the main people that you see on there committing crimes of theft are women a lot of the time, man. You're seeing a whole bunch of women that are stealing, but women would say in their minds that they are more righteous than men, and that if they was in charge, then the world would be a better place. But we're starting to see with all these female teachers, right? And with all of these even female police officers, man, with that thing that's happened over in the UK, that when these women get in positions of power, they do exactly the same things as what men do, if not worse in a lot of cases, man. You've seen all these female mayors and these female judges, they've got all these scandals where they're funneling money through and all of this stuff. They're doing the same exact things as what Esau does, man. Right? They're no different. Let's get another law. Leviticus chapter 20, and here's a main one. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 11 and verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Now, women are not going to want that law. Women would not want to enforce that law. So they say in their mind, oh, men ain't righteous this, men ain't righteous that. They all always up in the church, right? They're all up in the churches. They're saying they want a man of God and all of that, right? But women would, if women were in charge, they would not want to enforce that law according to Yahweh. They wouldn't want to make it be a thing where if a woman is caught committing adultery, sleeping with any man that's not the man that took her virginity, right? Then that is considered adultery. They wouldn't want to do that in them churches. Neither would any of these women that think they're righteous in any other realm want to enact that law. Neither are they even righteous according to what this world would say adultery is, right? Because these women out here in this world, they've not been with one man in their life. They've left and up and gone from men that they're with on several occasions, man, right? And been talking with these guys behind the scenes. But then if the male equivalent was to happen, they wouldn't like that, and they'd expect to get some kind of financial reward from men. They'd expect some kind of compensation that they deserve now. 60% of that man's earnings, 70% of that man's earnings, because he slept with another woman. But they wouldn't want to be in a position in this world where they have to do that. And that shows the hypocrisy of women, because they want a rigged game, man. Which is why they will never be able to rule. They're not good leaders, man. Women are not good leaders. For women to be able to rule over men is really an abomination, because if you rule over somebody that's stronger than you, you have to really try and crush them down in order to be able to even believe that you should be ruling. Which is the reason why Esau did so much as what he did to the Israelite man. Because he knows that when he looks at the Israelite man, he don't see somebody that's weaker than him, really. He has to lie and connive and come up with deceitful ways in order to get a person that's an Israelite to be lower than him, man. He has to smile in your face, but secretly he's trying to get you fired. You know, that's how Esau has to do. He has to smile inwardly. Smile outwardly, but outwardly, he's trying to smile outwardly, but inwardly, he's trying to deceive you and cast you down, man. Right? And this is a law, one of the laws that you wouldn't see women wanting to fulfill, man. They wouldn't want to fulfill this. Now, let's go to the 10 Commandments, because here's another one that women would not, here's another thing that women love to do, that they would not want to enforce that law because they break it a lot. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 16, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Women are always tale-bearing and spreading rumors about other women's lives. They love doing it, man. A lot of the times when men end up finding out things about other women, it's because that woman's so-called best friend has told them this. Oh, you know she did this with this geezer. Or you know she did that with that geezer. Or you know she's like this, right? Or you know she's like that. Oh, she says she's like this, but they love doing that shit. And some of the time the stuff ain't even true. So a lot of the time the stuff ain't even true, man. But women love tale bearing. They love bearing false witness, man. That's one of the ways how they destroy other women. And it's one of the main ways how they destroy men. They spread rumors. Oh, he beat me up. Oh, he beat me. Oh, he was abusive. Oh, he was a narcissist. Oh, he was this. Oh, he was that. They just lie. And that's one of the reasons why women could not be a better, cannot be, and will not be a better ruler than men, because they love lying, right? They love it. But let them speak about it, and they'd say, "Oh, nah, we're better than men. Men are causing all of these wars. Men are causing this. Men are causing that." But then when you see women get a little bit of power, anyone that's ever had a female manager at a job, a lot of the time, they're doing the most. Just like how Esau does the most, because he knows he ain't supposed to be in power neither. They're not righteous, man. But if you let them speak about how they are, they'd say they are righteous. Excuse me. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Right? If women was to rule this world, they would also do unrighteous dealings, man. Because if a woman came to them saying, "Oh, my husband, he slept with another woman and it really hurt my feelings," right? And that female judge over that case, she's going to review it and she's going to be like, well, she ain't going to say, well, was that woman betrothed to anyone else? Nah, she weren't. Well, how was that woman some other man's wife? Nah, she weren't. But she was younger than me and prettier than me, and it hurt my feelings. That woman, a woman given power in this world to judge over those cases, all the men a lot of the times will be either getting prison time or be getting executed or be expected to damn near pay out all their money, man. If women really got the power to judge over that kind of thing in this world. Because how they judge over it anyway in this world is never according to Yahweh's way, or the female judges, and even Esau, because they're both in the same criminal mind. They're both in the same criminal mindset, man. How women act and think is not much different than how Esau thinks and acts, man. They're both corrupt as each other, if you ask me. Right? They're both the same conniving spirit, man. They think very similar. They always want all the credit, but don't want to be blamed for nothing. They always want to boast about all the things that they can do. But then when you start looking at the things that they do bad, then they don't want to take that part on, man. That's how it seems to go. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, this city shall be inhabited. And women ain't got wisdom. They ain't really got wisdom, man. Most of the wisdom that you'll hear women speak, a lot of the time it came from a man that they know that's got wisdom. A lot of the words that they're saying, they're just regurgitating what he said. That's how it goes a lot of the time, man. And even in a lot of these places where women have got power, there's a man above them or below or slightly below. That's where they're really getting the wisdom from. And women, I'm gonna say it again, man, women would not enforce the laws of Yahweh if they were given the ability to on earth. Because they don't really like the laws of Yahweh, man. They don't like. Let's get another one. Let's get another law that women would not want to enforce this. You know what I mean? Let's get another one. They can talk a good game and say, yeah, no, we love the Lord, we're in the church and all that. But when it really comes down to it, they would not want to do that. This is Deuteronomy chapter 21. In fact, I'll go verse 22, you know. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. Women have even got a problem with that. They got a problem with there's women's clothes and there's men's clothes. They want to say, oh, nah, I don't believe that. Who are you to say what a woman is? They want to say, oh, if you ain't ever had a pregnancy, you ain't got the right to say this about that. Well, okay, if you ain't ever produced seed from your loins, then you ain't got a right to decide what happens with that then. If we want to play stupid games like that. You know what I mean? Let's get another verse. Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 15. If a man have two wives, now you can already hear the you can already hear all that screaming out and ranting and raving about that. Oh, it doesn't say that he has to do it though. He doesn't have to do it. Nowhere does it say that it's an obligation for him to do it. Neither does it say that a woman's got the right to tell him that he can't do it. And this is the main cut to any woman that wants to try and make out like she's so righteous in the Lord, man. You know you're not. You understand? No, you're not righteous in the Lord like you think you are. No, you're not, man. Don't lie. You can lie to yourself, but don't try and lie to us and make us believe that you just love the Lord so much and love all of his ways. No, you don't. Because as soon as this law comes out, all of that love of the law gets shut down, don't it? Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 15. If a man have two wives, one beloved and one hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, right? Now the point of why I read the scripture is that if a man has two wives, right? And that would be the same rule if he had more than two wives too, right? Because a man's not just going to have two, can have more than two wives, but let women let women rule the world, and they ain't going to be rocking with that law. Because they'll be like, hang on, so you're telling me I'm ruling, but I'm only allowed to have one husband, but he's allowed to have all these wives. Nah, I'm objecting that law. That law is banished. You think women would be in a position of power, right? And they're gonna say, well, okay, my husband is allowed to have 1,000 wives if he wants to, and I'm only allowed to have him one by myself. You think a woman's gonna be in power and decide that that's okay? Or is she gonna say, nah, I'm against that law because I want to be able to use my body as a weapon against him if I want to have the option to do that? Is she going to be thinking in that kind of conniving mindset? You know what I mean? She ain't going to think, man, yeah, that's righteous, Yahweh's righteous laws. She's going to be thinking, no, this is my feminine energy. You know what I mean? My Eve gene, all that lies and lying stuff about, there ain't no Eve gene, man. But she's going to be, it's all my black girl magic. You know what I mean? All that lies and cap. She's going to be thinking, that's what's running. You know what I mean? Oh, because I can give birth, I'm just over everything. And it will be even women that ain't even got no children that still say this kind of stuff. They ain't even had no children and have had at least 5 or 4 deleted ones. But they'll be talking about women are so powerful because we can have birth, knowing damn well that they've had the opportunity 4 or 5 times to do that and decided to not do it every time. But they want to boast that's the thing that makes them the most powerful, when that's the thing that they've rejected from their promiscuous lifestyle. So women would not enforce that law if they was in power. And that's why the kingdom is really, men are going to get the most benefit from that, man. Men's lives the Israelite man's life is going to be changed more from the kingdom of heaven being established than the Israelite woman's life. Yet the Israelite woman's life is still going to be changed. We can't say that it won't be, but the Israelite man is missing out on a hell of a lot more from what he's supposed to receive from the Lord and from what he's been promised than what the Israelite woman's receiving, man. Because she's got her little own system down here right now. She's got her own little setup right now, man. And that's why Yahweh's jacked their hair up, because they're proud still. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16, moreover Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go. So the Israelite woman's proud now. You can barely tell the Israelite women anything now, man. A so-called black woman, when she's got just had that weave done, just had that lace front patted off, you know what I mean? And she's got them eyelashes and that. She's got the cocoa butter on. She's got the baby hairs smoothed down. You know what I mean? She's got her caramel leg out. You know what I mean? She's got her fragrances on. You ain't telling her ish. You ain't gonna be able to tell her nothing, mate. And when she's walking and she's got her chin elevated to the sky, you know what I mean? And she's walking like she's got a force field around her, and everyone knows what that looks like. Every so-called black man knows what that looks like to see walking down the street. You know what I mean? She's got her hair long, flowing down past her back due to the weave now. You can't tell her nothing. So imagine if she was in power and had the ability to rule and was able to judge according to what she thinks is righteousness? You think she's going to judge according to Yahweh's laws? You think a woman like what I just explained is going to say that, yeah, a man can have more than one wife? Then they'd be able to have 10 women that look like her. But then how much power does she end up gaining power? Does a woman end up gaining power from a man having multiple wives? Or does she end up losing power? Does a woman end up gaining power from a man being able to, from adultery being illegal? Or does a woman end up gaining power from adultery being legalized? Women have gained more power in this world because Yahweh's laws are not enacted on this world. And that leads me to this scripture here, man. First Ezra, the 4th chapter, right? This is First Ezra, the book of First Ezra, chapter 4, and verse and verse 13. Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 13. Then the third, who had spoken of women and of truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them? Or or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them. And they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be, which is true, right? But then this is why the truth is so beautiful, because without men, women cannot be neither, right? And that point right there that Zerubbabel was pointing out is a thing that women have tried to use to try and elevate themselves so high in this world, right? But the truth, which is also what Zerubbabel spoke of, the truth is that women can't exist as well without men. So men can't exist without women, but women can't exist without men. And they can say, oh, but you're just a sperm donor. Well, you can't donate no sperm, can you, love? No, you can't, mate. You can't donate no sperm. Because we could say you're just an egg donor if you want to play games like that. We're a sperm donor. You're an eggs donor. You know what I mean? Because as far as I've seen in the world, there's more people that are saying they don't know what a woman is than that they don't know what a man is. So obviously the male rank is a lot higher than the female rank. And the male rank is obviously a lot higher than the female rank, because as the higher up a woman gets in this world, the better man she's looking for. But the better a man gets in this world, he's still just looking for the same kind of woman. A woman that's attractive, beautiful, not a whore, and not a demon that's going to make him want to live on the rooftop with a mattress on his house. 2 chapter 4 and verse 17. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman, which is comely in favor and beauty? And that right there is a point that proves that men are more righteous than women. Because when men have their goodly things, and their gold, and their silver, and their trinkets, and their nice cars, and their nice clothes, right? And their finances are on point, they help who? They help women. But when women have these things, they don't look to seek to help men. Which shows that they would not be able to be in a position where they could rule. And would they rule fairly? No, they wouldn't. They'd still be seeking for a man that's so far more advanced than them. If they was to have their own feminine kingdom or whatever they think of righteousness is, they'd still be trying to seek around all the globe to try and find some man out there that's better than them to try and tame them. A real man that can tame a strong, independent, blah, 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 blah. They'd still be trying to do that, man. Despite all their talk about how women are equal to men and all this. No, they're not, man. And if women were equal to men, then women wouldn't always be looking to men to save their life, man, and to help them with things all the time, and wouldn't be going on dates with men that they don't like just so that they can get a free date. They'd have some integrity about themselves, and they'd go and buy their own meal. You know what I mean? You'd buy your own food, right? Verse 18 again, 2 chapter 4 and verse 18. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver or any goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gape and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all now women don't do that for men though. If a woman's got a choice between keeping her man and getting some money, they choose the money. And that's why the divorce thing is so popular in this world, right? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever. And that's true, because men care about women more than women care about men. And that's why when women break the law in this world, they receive mercy from men just because they're a woman. But when a man breaks the law in this world, he don't receive no mercy from no woman if she's a judge over him. He don't receive no mercy. She's going to go harder on him because he's a man and have more mercy on the woman, which is proof that they would not be able to rule in this world fairly. Even the scriptures tell us that he's supposed to have mercy on the woman as a weaker vessel, but it's not talking about how if a woman breaks the laws of Yahweh, that she don't get judged because she's a woman though. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about how certain things you're going to expect of her to do certain things and mess up more than what you would because she's weaker, you know. Verse 20, a man leaveth, 2 chapter 4 verse 20, a man leaveth his own father a man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father, nor mother, nor country. And men do that. Men leave their whole family behind to go be with their wife, man. But these women out here in this world right now, they're saying they won't even give up an Instagram account for a man. So is that a person that's going to be able to be a righteous ruler? You tell me. Is that a person that would be a ruler more righteous than men? I don't think so, man. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? And men do that. Men make women's life, when women get with men, right, the woman's expecting her life to be made better, right? And she's taking more things away from that man's life. But when the man gets with the woman, he's actually getting more things taken away from him. That's normally how it goes down, man. But that's also because this world's corrupted that happens, man. Because when a woman leaves her husband according to the laws of the scriptures, she's supposed to leave with nothing. She ain't supposed to go away with half or more of what he's got. Because how is that man going to find a next wife? But that's because this world's lost. Verse 23, yea, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the dark. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. And that can be shown in that whole street culture stuff that we've got going on in our community, man. The whole drug and all that stupidness, man, and them gangs and that. They be stealing and robbing to try and get these dirty women, right? And then the women just, once this guy ends up in prison, she gets with a new guy on the block, and then the next geezer, and then the next geezer, and then she might want a suit and tie guy, so then leaves all that world behind. But then she just loves that thug life so much, so she goes back every now and again. That's how it goes, man. I'm on them wicked street gremlins. Verse 25, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Showing that men care about women again more than women care about men. Verse 26, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes, and men do that. Right? Now they shouldn't do it though, because the truth is that women are wicked. And the truth is, which is why Zerubbabel spoke of the truth is that men are better than women. And women can say that's not true all they want, but it is though, right? And that's why every single time women are always looking to men to help them. And they're always putting a higher standard on men than they put on women because they know that men are better. If men were not better, they'd expect less from them and they'd expect more from women. Verse 27, many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women, which shows that women are not righteous, man, because the women would be surely wanting the men to not do that stuff, but the women don't really care, which is why, again, they would not be able to be good rulers, man. They wouldn't be able to be. And now do you not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I not see him and Apaim, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Barticus, sitting at the right hand of the king, taking the crown from the king's head, and setting it upon her own head. She also struck the king with her left hand, and yet for all this the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also, but if she took a displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter, that she might be reconciled to him again. So the king was basically simping that he saw, because men care about women more than women care about men, man. That's just the way it goes. Women can say that it's not true what they want. Oh, he slept with another woman. He don't like me. Boo hoo, man. How many men have you slept with before you met him? How many? And how many during too? Which is what some of y'all women out there don't want to talk about, dear. How many during? You know what I mean? But you don't want to talk about that bit because then your wickedness gets put at forefront, doesn't it? Verse 32. O ye men, how can it be but women should be strong, seeing they do thus? Then the king and the princes looked one upon another, so he began to speak of truth. So he switched the script on them, man. O ye men, are women not strong? Great is the earth, high is the heaven, swift is the sun in his course, we can passeth the heavens round about, and fetcheth and fetcheth his course again to his place, to his own place in one day. Is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is truth, and stronger than all things, even women, right? And that's why when you start breaking down all the things that women do, that they are things that you can say about women that they're like, yeah, women do this, women have got power over men to be able to do all of these things. But then when you get down to the real truth, you start understanding women are wicked. You understand? Women are conniving, women are backstabbers, women are liars, and also men are. But men are more righteous than women because men help women's lives on regular basis and make women's lives more easy on a regular basis, more so than women have ever did for men. Just look at the story of Adam and Eve and tell me that I'm lying. That story, women somehow want to blame Adam more than they blame Eve. But she's the one that gave in and caused for it all to go down. And she helped deceive Adam. But somehow women have blamed Adam more so than they blame Eve with their wicked self. But let's carry on reading, man. 2 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 35. Isn't he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is the truth, and stronger than all things. All the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heaven blesseth it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it there is no unrighteous thing. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, and all the children of men are wicked. Everyone on earth's wicked, man. Whether they want to think that they're righteous or not, you're wicked, man. You ain't keeping all the laws. You've sinned, right? Don't cap. Don't say you're keeping all the laws perfectly. You're a damn lie. You know you ain't, man. Don't say you never sinned. Don't say you never did nothing wrong. Because if Yahweh wanted to expose you and show all your sins to the world, he could do it, and you'd look disgusting if people was to know. So don't lie and end up risking that being a thing that's going to happen, man. Just admit that you've sinned. Like it's not a thing to, that's not a thing to lie about. But women will lie and try and make out like they are more better than they are too. Just like how Esau loves to do that, man. Oh, that wasn't me. It was my forefathers. Oh, that wasn't this. It wasn't that. Oh, women do these things, but not all. But not me though. You know what I mean? Yeah, right, man. Yeah, right. Um, verse 37, 2 chapter 4, verse 37. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, and all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also they shall perish. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. And women are against the truth. And this is actually very deep, man, in my opinion, this scripture, because without Zerubbabel speaking of the truth, women was the thing that would have been righteous. I mean, that would have been the strongest, man. But the truth stronger than that, because women are able to put themselves in certain positions in this world, as we can see, but where the truth don't get shown to women. When women can get away and escape from the truth, they've got so much power, it's unbelievable. But when the truth starts spreading over things, you end up realizing that actually women have not got nowhere near as much power as you think they got. And that's why women would not be able to be a better ruler than men, because they love lies, right? They love a world that is not full of righteousness. Verse 41, and with that he held his peace, and all the people then shouted and said, great is truth and mighty above all things. Right? Let me read from verse 38. 2 chapter 4 and verse 38. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. With her, there is no accepting of persons or rewards. So the truth don't care about how fine you are. The truth don't care about your BBL. The truth don't care about your curvature body. The truth don't care about how nice you smell, how long your hair is, whether you're a woman or whether you're a man. The truth cares about facts and what's really happened, man. And what's really going on. Not about deception and deceit. What really happened and what really is. With her there is no accepting of persons, but she doeth things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things, and all men do like her of her works. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness. So a woman doing wickedness can't escape the truth. But in this world, they can, because the truth is not accepted in this world. So women have been made to feel like they're way more powerful than they actually are. And have been made to think that they could rule better than men. But there's so many Bible verses that speak about how women are not like that. How could you believe any other way other than that they wouldn't be able to rule properly? Verse 40, and neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness, and she is strength. Verse 39, with her there is no accepting of persons or rewards, but she doeth things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things, and all men do like of her works. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness, and she is strength, kingdom, power, and majesty of all ages. Blessed be the power of truth. And with that he held his peace, and all the people then shouted and said, great is truth and mighty above all things. Right? And that's the real way how a kingdom gets ruled, man, with the truth. But men love the truth more than women. And it was a man that broke that down and went into that. He said it was women that was strong, that women are strong, but then he made sure to let it be known that the thing that's stronger than women know is the truth. And that's why the truth is that men are actually stronger than women. You know what I mean? And all the things that women have power over men to do is really because the man allows it to happen. Without the man allowing it to happen, it wouldn't happen, right? And I just thought I would do this video because women have got it in their mind that they're better rulers than men, but the truth of the matter is that no, you're not, man, right? And the kingdom of heaven is going to be a thing that's going to be ruled by men, right? But when all hell breaks loose, women are going to get the chance to see if they're going to be able to show their feminine power and take over. And we're going to find that that's not going to be taking place. I'm going to end the video there. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.